Hey guys, Terry with Computer Pro. Just a super quick review and comments on the new Apple Watch Ultra. So I picked it up. I was debating whether or not to get it. And the biggest questions I had were like size comparison. Because I have a pretty small wrist. I mean, for a guy, a pretty small wrist. It all went to the bicep instead, so... but yeah, my wrist is pretty small, so I was kind of worried about the size, but really it's not that bad. And there's one caveat I have to mention about the Leatherman Tread bands, and because I did hear that the bands were backwards compatible and you could swap bands back and forth. Not so with the Tread adapters for whatever reason, which is odd. And so as far as the size comparison, you can kind of see here, you know, here's a... turn both on there. It's not that much bigger. I mean, it is bigger, of course, right? But, you know, thicker, I would say, yeah. Let me, if I can slide this out, be easier to show the thickness difference. So it is quite a bit thicker. Sorry. Trying to keep this guy under control here. Yep. 49 millimeter versus 44. So there's not a ton of difference. The big thing is, you see how the screen's rounded? Like the screen literally sticks up over the edge. Where they say this is a little bit better protected. You see how this is totally flat? Matter of fact, the screen is almost, you can feel the edge. It's almost like the screen is, you know, like a fraction of a millimeter down underneath the metal. So if you're setting it on something flat, you're probably on the ridge and not on the glass, whereas with the rounded design, you're literally on the glass every time it sets down. Now, that being said, there's, you know, pros and cons to both. Obviously, for the protection of it, it's going to be a little bit better being flat. I do like the look of the old one. It's all rounded. There's nothing to catch a corner, right? It's just a nice general look and size, especially with the Leatherman Tread on it. So the deal with the treads, let's get that out of the way first. A lot of people ask, man, where do you get those bands? They're pretty cool. So the Leatherman Tread's not really a watch band. It's made by Leatherman Tool Company, and it's like a survival bracelet. Leatherman makes knives and multi-tools and so forth. And what it is, there's different links. You can change them out, but they've got a different size nut driver. Here's a flat screwdriver. Here's a small Phillips. There's a carbide glass breaker in one of them. Here's like a little razor, little package opener. I don't know where my glass, I think that was the glass breaker over there. And the same with this one. There's just different bits that you can exchange. I don't have, like I said, my wrist is smaller, so I had to take out some links. There's a few more. So you have to kind of, there's the glass breaker. It's a carbide little tip to punch glass window if you're in a car wreck or something. And so the Leatherman Treads come separate, and then this is an adapter. This is the adapter specifically for the Samsung watch. This battery's dead. I don't use this watch anymore, but this is so it's not charged up. But the you just have to get the appropriate adapter, and then you can make the treads fit, and they look really cool. It's just a nice design, nice rugged look to it. And you've got the added benefit of if you're in desperate need, which every now and then I had to use a screwdriver bit, you know, and they're pretty rugged. So that's the deal with the Leatherman Tread. Now, to get that out of the way quickly, even though that's backwards compatible, this tread band, which I really wish it would have, does not fit or seem to fit in the Apple Watch Ultra. And I'll show you what that looks like. To me, it's just a hair too big. So it's the same slot, the same, if you look at the bands, they look similar. This is rubber, so there's a little give to it. This is metal. And, oops, I hit the button, turned on my flashlight. So if I put this in here, it starts to go, but it's really tight. Really, like that's as far as it goes. Like if I jam that, I'm definitely scraping metal, and it's just not a good thing, right? Like it doesn't fit, which is a shame. Ooh, it's even tight now to get out there. I keep turning on my flashlight. And so that kind of stinks, but I'm sure a lot of different manufacturers make the tread adapters, so I'm sure it'll just be a matter of time before somebody makes one that will fit the Apple Watch Ultra. And that'll be nice because I would get a silver set, because this is really not shiny. It's like a matte finish, titanium, I believe the case is. And that's kind of what, this is a non-shiny silver also. So that would look really good together. Or if you wanted contrast, the black one would look really good together. As far as the fit, like I said, my wrists are kind of small. I like it a lot. I put it on the 6th one here, and then they've got this adjustable piece that you can move up and down the band to keep the tail under control so it doesn't flop around on you. So, you know, a pretty small wrist, and that's how it looks on me. I thought it, you know, it feels a little big when you first put it on, but day to day, to be honest, it feels normal. I mean, big watches were a thing. There's watches out there that are a lot bigger than this, right? So, you know, not that bad. It's bright, the screen's better. I mean, everything is, now this is a Series 4, it's a little bit older. Everything about the new one is obviously going to be better because it's new, you know? So the technology in it, it's bigger. There's more room for modern tech, so you're going to have, you know, better speaker, bigger battery, more horsepower, better processor, you know, everything's just better. It does have a really good feel to it. You can see like the, I keep calling this the bezel. This is the crown, right? The bezel is rotate, is this guy. So the crown, when you spin it, you know, yeah, on the Apple Watch 4, it feels good, but look at the difference. Look at the crown here, and look at this guy. It's all, you know, rugged, and it just feels premium. Kind of like if you pick up a Tag or a Rolex watch, it just has that premium feel to it, right? The Ultra does feel like it's a step up. It really does, which it should, because it's a lot more money, right? But anyways, it boils down to, is it worth it? So that's a general size comparison with all of them. The Samsung, the 44 millimeter Apple Watch, which is the same. This happens to be a 4, but series, you know, 5, 6, 7, whatever. And the new Ultra. It does have an extra button, the action button. You can program it. I have it set to flashlight, which is really handy. You just turn it on. It's got a bright light. You can, you know, if you need it. I find myself, I used to use my phone. I just used to have to turn the flashlight on, and it's just cool to have it right on your watch. So that's my quick action button. Other than that, it's got a few other little things. Like, I don't know if you respond to a message on your watch, which wouldn't be as nice as the phone, but I don't think this has a keyboard. It's too small. This one has, you can write, but it also has a baby keyboard on it because it seems big enough to actually use. So there's a couple cool things like that. So all in all, it is a premium watch. It does feel a step up. I think it's worth it. You know, it is a little bit more money. When you compare what it does and you compare it to just the most basic, like named premium watch, like a Tag Heuer or something, I mean, you're talking thousands versus under 1,000. So then it starts to look like it's not that bad. It only seems expensive when you compare it with other smart watches like the Apple Watch 8 or Samsung or, you know, another smartwatch. Then it seems a little pricey. But it does have a premium feel and seems to perform really, really well. So personally, I think it's worth it myself. But anyway, I just wanted to get that out there. Hopefully it'll help somebody if they have any questions. I know when I was looking, there's a lot of great comparison videos out there. I really wanted one that focused on the size, how it looks on a person's wrist that's similar to my size, and how it compares with the other Apple Watch as far as size. And I can put them both on and show you. I don't know if this would be a good comparison because it won't be in the same spot on my wrist, but just to show you what that would be like. So not, you know, not too different. A little bit, obviously. This sits a little flatter. But yeah, that's what, and I don't have the brightness turned up all the way on this. This is way brighter than the old watch, obviously. In the sun, this is great. I mean, the display is phenomenal. So that is what they look like as far as size comparison. So, all right, just a quick little summary vid. Hope it helped somebody if they had any questions, especially with size. And we'll talk to you soon.